Hello, in today's tutorial we are building the nose rig for 2D character. Don't forget to look to the video description, there you can find the link to the Blender file with the results from the previous tutorial. Off we go! Select the armature and go to the edit mode. Select the CTRL head and dev head bones, then press H to hide them. Select the dev face bone and duplicate it. Align the duplicated bone along the nose. Rotate the bone on 180 degrees. Move this bone by y-axis to align it with the plane of the nose object. Name this bone as dev-nose-01. Select this bone and open the context menu by right mouse clicking, then select Subdivide. Change the index 01 to 02 in the name of the second bone. Remove parenting from the first nose bone. For this, select the first bone, press Alt-P and select Clear Parent. Duplicate the second nose bone and clear parenting on it. Rotate the duplicated bone on 90 degrees by y-axis. We will use this bone to transform the nostril. Name this bone as dev-nostril.r. Open the context menu by right-clicking and select Symmetrize. Thanks to that option, we got the bone for the second nostril with the correct index in its name. Align this bone according to the video. Select both nostril bones and duplicate them. These bones will regulate the level of nostril visibility while the head turning, so align them with nostrils. The two upper bones are controllers, so change index dev on CTRL in their names. Also delete extra numbers in the name of the two lower bones. After that, select both controller bones and assign them to the CTRL layer. Go to the object mode. Now we need to create a lattice so that we could bind the nose object with bones. The algorithm is almost the same as in previous tutorial, where we created the lattice for the head. Press Shift A and select a lattice. Move and scale this lattice so that we could align it with the nose. After that, click on the Lattice Properties tab, set the resolution on 12 to 12. Name this lattice as Lat Nose and put it into the Lat collection. Set interpolation as linear. Select the nose object and open the Modifier Properties tab. Add the Armature modifier first. In the Object field, set Armature. Then add the Lattice modifier. In the Object field, select the relevant lattice. The Vertex Group field remains empty until we create the relevant vertex group. So let's create all needed groups. Select the nose and switch to the Edit mode. The first group is Nose Base. This is the one which we will add to the Lattice modifier. Select all vertices of the nose line and ink, then assign them to the group. The next two groups must have the names identical with the names of the dev bones of the nose. We will bind the nostril to these bones. Select the vertices of the right nostril and assign them to the relevant group. Then select all vertices of the left nostril and assign them to the remaining group. Now we need to create vertex group for the lattice. In the object mode, select the nose lattice and open the Properties tab. Create 4 groups of vertices. Their names must be identical with the names of the 2 dev bones of the nose and 2 CTRL bones of the nostril. Before we start to assign vertices, correct the position of the nose bone according to the video. After that, go back to the properties of the nose lattice. In the Edit mode, select all vertices that correspond with position of the first dev bone of the nose and assign them to the relevant group. To the second group, assign all vertices that correspond with position of the second dev bone. That was the easy part. The assignment to the last two groups is pretty interesting. The main idea that the strength of the vertex assignment decreases with distance between the vertices and origin of the bone. I hope you get it. First, assign the vertices to the CTRL nostril.r group. Then, assign the vertices to the last group. When we finished with vertex groups, let's select the armature and switch to the pose mode. Manipulate the second deaf bone of the nose. Nothing happened. What's wrong with binding? We should have been more attentive. The point is we just forgot to set some modifiers. Go to the object mode, select the nose lattice and open the modifier properties tab. Add the armature modifier and set the armature in the object field. Also select the nose object and open its modifier properties. Select the nose base in the vertex group field of the lattice modifier. After that, select the armature, go to the pose mode and manipulate the bones. Great! Binding is done successfully, but there are sharp angles while the bone rotation. Let's deal with this. Select both deaf bones of the nose, open the bone properties tab, and then open the bendy bones tab. Holding Alt key, insert 32 in the segments field. Now, when we manipulate the bone, we get smooth angles. Let's check the rest bones. The deaf nostril bones affect the nostril location. The CTRL nostril bones should transform the nostril shape, but they are doing nothing right now. What's the problem? There is another inattention. Let's see the vertex groups of the lattice. What do we got here? The names of the two last groups aren't identical to the names of the relevant bones. There are underscore symbols instead of a dash in the names of these groups. Correct the names and then check the work of the CTRL bones. Now that's different. We got what we need. It is time to set the parenting between the nose bones. Switch to the edit mode, select both deaf nostril bones and parent them to the second deaf nose bone. Select both deaf nose bones and duplicate them. Change indexes def to CTRL in the names of the duplicated bones. We'll bind the deaf nose bones with the CTRL nose bones using the copy transforms constraint. Go to the pose mode, select the first CTRL nose bone, then select the first deaf nose bone. Press Ctrl-Shift-C and select the copy transform. We leave the space settings as world space. Do the same action with the second bones, but in this case set local space for both target and owner spaces in the settings of the constraint. Switch to the edit mode and assign both CTRL nose bones to the CTRL layer. Disable the visibility of the deaf layer, select both CTRL nostril bones and parent them to the second CTRL nose bone. Select all bones and press Alt-H to display hidden bones. Select the first CTRL nose bone and parent it to the CTRL head bone. Switch back to the pose mode and manipulate the controller bones to be sure that all binding performed successfully. As we can see, the nose rig has successfully integrated. All binding works properly. Congratulations with the accomplishment of the nose rig. Next time we are going to create custom shapes for the nose controllers. As usual, subscribe to the channel in order not to miss next tutorials. Ask your questions in the comment section and until the next exciting time!